Yo. Hello. What's up? Yo, yo. Welcome, guys. Welcome. It's been a few days. Yo, 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 yo. Hi. It's been a few days. I've been grinding the event a bit. I don't think I'm fully caught up with it yet, but we have time. I'm on here. I don't know what this is. Unlock mission 20, whatever it is. I think it's like section 8, 9, somewhere around there. But yeah, of course we're gonna play it later tomorrow, actually. Apart from that, nothing. Oh, no, don't wait. No, never mind. The stream notification doesn't work on Discord. Great. It has so much grind. That's why I am most certainly doing it offline. It feels good that I can do that at least. Let me quickly post in Discord that we're live because the bot hasn't woken up. I'm gonna need to find a new bot. It seems we live. Okay. That's that. I wanted to level up my... This is... I finally have 72 blades because I bought the 30 blades that you can get from the event shop. I bought those. So now I finally can max out my Alice. Hey. Hey. She is a 10, 10, 10 now. That's nice. That is very nice. Let's just jump right into this then. We don't have too much time anyway. It's gonna be a shorter stream because it is a late one, but that's good. It's good. Kingdom of Corpses. That's it. We're going to fly off into I don't know, deeper into Mictlān without the president because we had the entire fragment there. So let's jump right into this. Nice, gents. Nice. Hope we had fun. Good morning. Good morning. You're the first one up today. Nice to see you. You seem to have gotten a good night's rest. You already told me to go to bed early yesterday. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? You know, Delivermat. Father Kotomina actually left me a message to give you. It's about her. Not so long ago, I'm sure I would have told you that the message. I would have told you the message contents, and would not have been able to imagine how you might feel about them. But what's up, Robert? No, never mind that. Let me just give you the message. Chaldeans, I know this is a short notice, but the young miss and I have decided to part ways with you. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome. Though she has yet to regain her memories, and she's not yet sure who she really is, she has said, and I quote, I'm sick and tired of dumb dinos, weak-ass earthlings, and stupid sweltering Mictlān. Will therefore be leaving this Lostbelt tonight. I kinda assumed so. Given the previous fragment, that's where I assumed the story was going, unfortunately. As much as I would love to see more of her, I kinda assumed this is where it was going. I'm sorry I can't be present for a confrontation with Daybit, but as a young Miss Butler, I'm obliged to obey her. I wish you luck in your future endeavors. Shepherd of Lost Sheep, Father Kotomine. The end. You mean she's already gone? Yes. Oh, and one more thing. Father Kotomine asked me to give you this as well. Are the carvings on this bark what you call English? English? Anyway, he said you Olga Marie made this for you. I cannot help you save the earth. I'm sorry. Yo. Do we canonically speak English on Chaldea? In Chaldea? since it's an international, like, station, whatever.
I see. So Yolga Marie and Rasputin are gone. I actually saw that Yolga Marie, the foreign god's signal, had disappeared from our instruments. I was only able to follow it partway, but it looks like she was headed towards the surface. Well, the first stratum.
Well, she didn't attack us, so that suggests she still hasn't regained her memories. On JP, it's ever... Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure the language is gonna depend, yeah, on the server, I guess. I like to imagine it's English, like on Indian tactical bases and stuff, you know, that they have. Everyone speaks English there. She may not have liked me much, but felt more like she saw me as a rival than an actual enemy. If anything, it seemed like she was fond of us, especially the liver mat and mash. But she still left without saying goodbye. That must mean... Was she offended by how wishy-washy we were about including her? I know what it's like. Hell, I don't know what it's like to not feel that way. Every time I joined the club in university, I always felt like I was the one who didn't belong. It's hard, it feels like lying on a bed of nails, and above all, my fierce pride simply couldn't take it.
I bet it was Rasputin's idea. I mean, I know I told them they should leave. But seeing the liver mat and mash's response is making me wonder if I was wrong. No, deep down, I think I was secretly hoping you, Olga Marie, the spitting image of you, Olga Marie, would officially join Chaldea in the end. I'm going to miss her too. Yes, she was the foreign god, but she was hilarious to watch and had gaps in her knowledge, and the defense is so big, you could drive a bus through them. If I'd managed to take advantage of one of those openings and analyze her, that would have made it really easy to find out what exactly the foreign god is. Why she looks like Chaldea's former director, and how she incarnated into a beast spirit origin. Alright everyone, chin up. No harm has been done, so there is no cause to be depressed. Well, we may have lost our chance to verify it, but the fact that she still is suffering from memory loss is good news. This gives us an opportunity to complete one of our original objectives, stop the foreign god from fusing with Ord.
Well, yeah. It's a pretty good opportunity. She's no longer here.
I agree. Heartless as it sounds, there's no sense discussing this further. Yolga Marie is no longer helping us. She's our enemy once more, and that's how I'm going to think of her. Got that? Mash in the liver mat. But maybe she hasn't left for good. There's still a chance she couldn't decide to come back. She could decide to come back. Yeah, that's definitely possible. So if you do run into her again, make sure you're prepared to defend yourselves. That said, if she comes to us asking to talk instead of attacking, I won't force you to strike first. If that time comes, I'll leave the decision up to you. Got it? Go on, repeat back what I said.
Thanks, Captain.
That's not what I said. Also, why are you thanking me?
You still believe in her?
Yeah, maybe you're right. That Marine didn't have any unique skills separate from the rest of the series, but he was a much better judge of character than I've ever been.
Okay.
Alright, it took us a lot longer than I expected, but it's finally time to get our staff briefing. First, I want to reconfirm our main objectives. The primary one, as we just mentioned, was to neutralize the foreign god and stop her from fusing with Ord.
Yeah.
Our secondary objective was to excise the South American Lostbelt and to capture the last scripter, Daybit. Obviously, things have changed since then. There's been no shortage of surprises in this Lostbelt, and now we need to rethink how we handle those two objectives. For one, now that the foreign god is suffering from memory loss, she's not even thinking about fusing with Ord. Meanwhile, Daybit the Cryptor and his servant, Tezcatlipoca, are now trying to use Ord for their own ends. If what you saw in Mexico City was, in fact, a vision of the near future, then we must begin by considering how we can prevent it from coming to pass.
In what you are. Unfortunately, the Ortnex contained no video footage of the collapse of Mictlān and Earth that the Livermet reported. Oh, interesting. Not because it didn't record for that span of time, you see, but because that footage, and only that footage, was lost. We therefore have no choice but to take our field operators' word for it. Still, I have to ask, are you sure the whole Earth was really falling apart? It wasn't an illusion, or a forced perspective, or something along those lines? I mean, we were told that that's what's happening. It could be some kind of illusion. Okay, it's Phil, no question. Okay, never mind. I believe it. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm talking about your testimony. I'm talking about David's absolutely insane plan. Isn't he working for the foreign god? And doesn't the foreign god want to rule Earth? So how can she possibly rule the planet if it no longer exists? Wenskaya, do you have any idea what he's thinking? And the fact is, he didn't used to be the crypter on the crypter side, so we must know more than anyone else here.
Afraid I haven't the slightest clue, and I'm not alone there. Daybit was always enigmatic, even to the other crypters and the foreign god's disciples. Before the foreign god appeared here as Yorga Marie, she was only focused on Lord Kishtaria. She had less than no interest in the other crypters. Now that I think about it though, she did kinda seem like she was deliberately ignoring Daybit. Well, more that she chose to leave him out of her plans. She never so much as gave him an order. Never even said she didn't care what he did. That's not how you treat a subordinate, if anything. Yes, she was treating him like an equal, or possibly a superior.
Damn.
The foreign god and I signed a mutual non-aggression pact, which led me to do whatever I wanted. But the foreign god never had any authority over Lord Daybit. Maybe Lord Daybit was never even a crypter to begin with.
What?
Never a crypter to begin with? Does that mean he was never really on Krisharia's side?
I see. Now I understand what the fall of Vodheim's I saw in Olympus was talking about. Kirill, Daybit was a member of Team A. That's not in question. That said, he was never in the same position as us. He didn't own the foreign god anything. For that matter, the rest of us had never even heard the word crypter until we were brought back to life.
Okay. Ugh.
Me, Ophelia, Acta, Beryl, none of us had heard it before, but it looked like Daybit was already familiar with it. At the time, I thought the name was like a blood oath sealing our vow to revolt against humanity, but I was wrong. It was actually the foreign god who told Kirshtaria that we were to be called crypters.
So calling you crypters was not Vodheim's idea after all. Then what are the requirements of being one? Do you just need to be a member of Team A?
Well, Mesh was part of Team A.
I'm not really sure, but like I said, the rest of us only learned the name Crypter when the foreign god resurrected us. What's more, there was a price we had to pay if we were going to be resurrected. Resolve the incineration of humanity. While we were in our coffins, the foreign god promised to resurrect us. If we could prove we had the same power to resolve the incineration of humanity incident that the Livermet and Mesh did.
I'm guessing, I mean, most notably it would be to have the, what's the thingy? The power. If you have that power that Mesh doesn't have, that the other Team A members have, shoot, what is it called? Maybe that's the requirement. The thing that Ophelia used.
If we could prove that we had the same power to resolve the incineration of humanity that...
Okay, yeah, that. Serious slide, thank you.
But that was impossible. Me, Ophelia, and everyone else in Team A were all dead in our coffins. It was hopeless. We couldn't even have made it through the first singularity like that. So, Wodan did it for us. He resolved the incineration of humanity incident all by himself several times over, so that we wouldn't have to.
I remember that. He went through all the singularities.
He never said anything about it, never threw it in our faces. He just made sure we all had the same opportunities he did.
Yes, I can certainly see him doing that. I understand how you feel, Kadok.
It's okay, I'm calmer now. I can just imagine the troubled expression on Wodan's face if he saw me making you sympathize with me like this. Anyway, my point is, I never found any mention of David's resurrection.
Okay.
I'm just guessing here, but I think David somehow managed to resurrect himself.
What? Are you telling me he never really relied on her power? On the foreign god's power to resurrect?
Apparently, the foreign god needed a certain amount of energy to resurrect us. In fact, he took the same amount needed to clear the incineration of humanity. David managed it by generating the energy all on his own. I bet even the foreign god must have been at a loss. According to Odin's records, the foreign god gave us only minimal support in our coffins by letting us use Chaldea's summoning system to summon servants.
What's up, Kyle?
But apparently, David didn't even make use of that. So even though it was all just a simulation, he still resolved the incineration of humanity alone, without a single servant.
What? Did bro social engineer his way through it? He did it all without a single heroic spirit? What the hell? What is he? Some kind of super master or something? Was he being a jerk or just showing off? Did he just feel compelled to prove he's a better master than the Deliverman by resolving the incineration of humanity without a single servant? How?
It wasn't like that. Again, I'm quoting from Waldheim's records. David's void was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in the first place.
I see. Then he would have had no choice but to set aside this condition on his own.
Because
he's not part of humankind. And since he isn't on humanity's side, he couldn't summon a servant even if he wanted to.
What? What is he then? Bro's an alien. Yeah, must sound the alarm with the worst possible timing. Sommelier. What is it anyway? That's the first one, sommelier.
You've got a problem. Something's rampaging outside. You and the Dinos are all fleeing in terror. Maybe we should suspend the briefing for now and see what's up.
Got it. Delivermed. Mesh.
Yep.
Right. Habitshot, can you help us?
Sure thing. It's probably just some carnivorous insect or ocelome, but anyway. I'll have this wrapped up in no time.
Oh. Where were we? Section 12, I think. Yep. You can organize a party with up to 4 servants from your own roster. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Wait. Checkboxes reset, yeah. Maybe I cleared the cookies. I don't think I did, but they did reset. Wait, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, this. Local storage? Ooh. They did reset, in fact. $30. Okay, well. Oh, my 10-10-10 Alice, my new 10-10-10 Alice is now on the field for the first time. Go! You think it's enough damage to kill them? Probably. Yeah, seems about enough. Load in! Nice, do we get to go? Do we get to go? Let me go. Come on. Okay, okay. Take your time. Yes. This is going to this one now. Shit, I can't kill him. That's fine. Ow. Pop. 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 Okay, bro. Bomb. Oh, come on. You got this. Just load in. Can I? No. Does damage cut? Does damage cut affect dots? I guess it does, huh? It shouldn't? Oh, I don't know why it took 0 then. Her passive? Oh. I don't know what her passive is. Substitute, baby. Ow! I don't have my substitute. Stop! My substitute is gone. Cringe. Oh, what the fuck? Folklore defense B. What the fuck? Okay, sure. I've never even seen that. I don't check passives. Bruh. This, okay. That felt personal. What the fuck? Damn, he's not human. He doesn't take damage. Camazotz. It's Camazotz. Uh-oh. It's a bat. The shadow of death is here. He didn't even wait to get... wait for it to get dark. Watch MPs from Excelling Arcade. I mean, I'm probably gonna play some of those games, so I don't think so, but... The only one that I've seen... Actually, I don't even think that's from Excel. I think that's from, like, Extra or something. Was the Kiara one, but I think that's... Yeah, I think that's Extra. Or CCC. I don't know. Maybe it is arcade. I'm not sure. Run for your lives. Run before he sucks your blood and turns you into a living corpse. Arcade you won't play. Oh yeah, that got shut down, didn't it?
More enemies approaching from the jungle. There's still more coming, Master.
Let's go.
Those footsteps are shaking the ground. Must be mindless dinos.
Be careful, everyone. Oh, that means invincible.
No presidents and no Kukulcan right now, so we'll need a servant to break through its defenses. Or a mystic code, if you got one that can do the trick.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Nope. Let me just do the easiest option. Perfect. The name of the enemy? Huh? I ignore. Oh yeah. Dead Apostle. Organism Wave. Absorb target's HP when attacking. Do. Do. Basileyo. Zeijaku. Guts. Ew. One-time guts? Yeah. 80, that's fine. 0 cards? Oh my god. I can't loop. I didn't get a single art card. Crit. Big. Not enough though. Couldn't internet. Cringe. Should have brought Dot. True. My Kirai. He just turned into dust. Yeah. I guess that's what happens to dead apostles. That's the dead apostle dinos.
I thought the same. It seemed like something other than the poison or pain robbed it of its intelligence. I never thought we'd run into monsters like that in a Lostbelt. I'll be brief. He just fought a vampire. The Dinos must have been attacked by a blood-sucking monster, then became one itself. As for the animated corpses you fought prior to that one, they must have been lesser familiars and ghouls. Such monsters are created by imbibing the blood of the dead, undead, which causes them to instinctually seek more blood, even after death. They're the type of enemy we have not seen previously. They're also a foreign enemy which would normally not be our problem. So now, as if Daybit and Void and Tezcatlipoca were not bad enough, it seems we must also address another new threat to Chaldea.
It's not new at all. It's Camazotz. The Dinos even said so.
Camazotz, as in one of the major dark gods of Xibalba described in Popolvuh text of Mayan mythology. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing details about someone by that name in the Livermets reports as well. Are you sure that's him? Are you certain you're not mistaken, or that you misheard, perhaps? According to the Popolvuh, Camazotz was a monster who cut off people's heads to drink their blood, but it says nothing about him being able to control the dead.
Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad, Shion and Da Vinci. For Dinos, Camazotz is even more frightening than the Knight. Whenever he shows up, all the Dinos hide away in their homes. And that means...
You won't be able to repair the border, so it'll take us way longer to finish fixing it.
Oh, great.
Well, I suppose our original plan was to fix it ourselves, so we haven't really lost anything in that sense, but...
It's really disheartening. It is.
Tell me about it. I'm just plain not going back to fixing this ship without all the Dinos pitching in now.
Yeah, plus, I already baked all this beautiful cornbread for them. Then we have no choice but to defeat Camazotz.
I'm down.
Besides, he's the one who's been using Master's command spells without his permission. I knew we would have to face him eventually, so that time is now. I have no objections.
So he's the one with the command spells.
Alright. I don't blame you for being upset, Mesh. Also, I'm surprised you already knew Camazotz, Tippo. I thought you were meeting him for the first time back in the first Underworld along with the rest of us.
Well, that was my first time actually meeting him in person. Camazotz is the only being in Mictlān who's superior to us Dinos, which makes him a frightening figure. I just happened not to think of him that way myself, so when we met him, the only thought I had was, oh, so that's Camazotz. So the Dinos are simply scared of him then. I suppose that means it's up to us then. It's only right that we repay the Dinos for all their help and hospitality. Delivermet, Mesh, go take care of Camazotz for them. I'll even send Quenska to help you. Yeah? Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Me? Why me?
Oh, no particular reason. I suddenly haven't been wondering how long this vixen means to keep mooching off us, wondering if she'll ever take a page from the Dinos book. None of that has ever even occurred to me. No sir, not once. Anyway, good luck.
I decided I'm coming along too. I already know which direction the ghouls came from. It's a jungle northwest of here. The same place you all went to look for food before.
What did you just say? Khan Ruins. I was so intrigued I decided to join you. Camazotz is probably hiding out in the ancient Khan ruins. It's a dangerous place, so this time, I want to do everything I can to ensure all of your safety.
This time, did something happen to these ruins before?
No, not at Khan. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Come, let's hurry. Oh, yeah.
Hey, pal. He's talking about what happened with Marine.
Yeah, I figured that one out. Thank you, Mash, though, for recapping it. Are these Khan ruins dangerous? Khan was a city. Well, a kingdom, really. That predated Chichen Itza. It's believed that the Dinos who rebuilt Chichen Itza actually used Khan as a reference.
That's news to me. What happened then? Did the kingdom decline naturally, or did the later king decide to relocate the capital?
We're not sure. To this day, no Dinos knows what Khan was like in its heyday. We don't know what life was like for the Dinos who lived there, or why Khan ultimately disappeared. This was a long, long time ago, you understand. The only knowledge the priests passed down was knowledge acquired after Chichen Itza was completed. That being said, some Dinos do believe Khan's downfall had something to do with the Fourth Annihilation. Fourth Annihilation? I already told Father Kotomian this, but according to Kukulcan, Mictlan's son once went into a hibernation of sorts. Consequently, Mictlān experienced a night which lasted for a very, very long time. In turn, the Dinos had no choice but to follow the sun's lead, close their eyes, and enter a deep slumber. In your terms, this sleep lasted about 100,000 years. Okay. Long sleep. When the sun returned, less than 10% of the Dinos who had gone to sleep were able to reawaken.
100,000 years. And only 10% of you came back. There's no way you could have repopulated the species with so few. Oh wait, now that I think about it, humans experienced a similar miracle. 70,000 years ago, back when modern humankind only existed in West Africa, there was a freak weather event that reduced the population down to only 2,000 people. They survived the crisis through and eventually spread out to other continents, eventually growing their numbers to the 7 billion alive today.
Damn.
Although, the way Daybit put it, it sounds like the Dinos are able to cryopreserve themselves. Maybe they have something similar to cryptobiosis, the ability that lets tardigrades survive even in outer space.
Or maybe it's similar to LB6, how Mesh froze herself.
That clinches it. The Dinos are clearly a new type of prime species. One that was purposely designed with a talent for genetic manipulation that never existed in proper human history.
It's not much further to the Khan ruins now. Please watch your step, everyone. There are many fences to trip on there. Oh, there's a ziggurat. So these are the Khan ruins.
Right. Something feels off about them. Konskaya, is something wrong? Is something wrong? Perish the thought. I was just taking a little trip down memory lane, that's all. More importantly, look up. Don't you recognize those flapping sounds and that creepy laugh?
Oh.
How cruel! How endlessly, deliciously cruel! You cluster together in your weakness, cowering, trembling. You build walls, you prosper, and eventually have yourselves a kingdom. But no matter how you rack your brains, you're still hopelessly weak, and all that hard work wasted. In the end, all that remains of you is your bones and the ruins of your shattered, forgotten dreams. What can one do but laugh, but look down upon you in contempt? Truly, the tears of the weak are as sweet as the blue blood in their veins. How I've enjoyed waiting for you apes. It was worth the trouble of sending my messengers to get your attention. I'm accustomed to boredom, but don't take that to mean I'm anything approaching patient. You responded so quickly. The Dinos could learn a lot from you in that regard. But faster isn't always better. I only count 3 servants with you this time. The shield girl, the child scholar, and a gussy up beast. Do you really mean to challenge me, the lord of the underworld, with this pathetic lot? Tezcatlipoca rattled you so much that you forgot the foolhardy display of valor you showed in the underworld, priest of Chaldea. Fine, let's have your excuse then. Why have you so underestimated me?
Are you two in cahoots?
What? That's certainly not what I was expecting. No matter, I do like an interesting question. Tezcatlipoca has paid me much in tribute, but no, we're not in cahoots. He forbade me from attacking the Ocelome. I accepted, in exchange for knowledge. After that, he proposed a new deal right around the time you apes showed up. He said he wanted to change the nature of the layers of the underworld. I accepted in exchange for command spells.
That's how he got him.
That's all there is to it. It doesn't change the fact that one day, he and I will fight to the death over who rules Mictlān. But before that day comes, it's time to slake my thirst. Don't worry, all I need from you is your head. I do so love blood, but I hate having the same blood twice. Unfortunately, you all look alike. I can't be expected to tell an ocelot from a servant. So it's my personal policy to kill any creature whose blood I've tasted before. Would you like to know why? So I don't ever have to look at them again, and won't have to resort to tasting their blood twice. So welcome, welcome! Listen well, undead warriors of Khan. The time has come to add to your ranks.
Okay. I'm guessing... Oh, no wheel. Perfect. Wait, what? Am I looking at the wrong section? I might be looking at the wrong section, because Arrow 2 was the dead apostle dinosaur. I didn't do a wheel for it. Ooh. But I feel like that's fine. I didn't do the wheel for the dino. And then there's no wheel here. Oh. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yo, this is looking like night classes to me, baby. This is looking like night classes to moi. Dusting Dino. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna, just in case, bring a backup, because I feel like I might need it. Man, I wish I got just one more copy of Ocean Flyer. I could have 2 MLBs, but it's fine. It is what it is. Oh! What the fuck? That's his voice? Huh, interesting. His voice is a lot softer than I expected. I thought he was going to be a lot more crude. Yeah, I know, Rambert, I know. Mundo! Oh, it's Darnik? Hiyama no Nobuyuki? Okay. Okay, I can see why this is not a boss fight. I can say that much. Infinite battle, yeah, but it says 3 enemies, so... I guess, wait, infinite waves? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Odore, odore. Oh, Mundo! Odore, odore. Let me do this. Oh, Mundo! Okay, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? I'm out of batteries. Hello? Tasogare no toki. Yoroshi.
最果ての島、罪の都。最後の竜は我が身に。
最後の竜は
円卓の守護者たち。ラウンド・オブ・アーバロン。ここでまっすぐ。
Ah! It's fine.
白兵戦、行きます。やだね。
御意にて踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よレベリオン
モンド
そこです
燃える
Stop ganging up on her. Okay, it's fine. Mm.
Yoroshi.
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。
Around Caliban!
輝きを。
踊れ踊れ Oh my goodness, it's fine.
お覚悟
妖精接続熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドは行きます。
革命の王とも
Riveting gameplay, yeah.
紳士淑女諸君ご清聴あれ
ご清聴あれ
は終わりを迎えレベリオン
モンド Okay, are you done? I can't even... Oh my goodness, I don't have enough! It's not level... It's level 8!
革命の時
再び
よろしい踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よレベリオンモンド
違法の国
My first Castoria should get her skills up soon, right?
例年なる勝利を刻めラウンド・オブ・アーバロン
Is this enough? Attack me once. Hit me once. Please. I beg. Yep. 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 No. No. Yes.
Konton
下がっているよ。いけないぞ。
踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ
踊れ踊れ
人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よレベリオンモンド
モンド Oh. That's it? Yo, those bones though. Truly spectacular fighting, servants. It reminds me of the good old Dark Ages. I never thought the billion souls and gallons of blood I consumed would one day be the driving force for all these skeletons. Is he embedding warrior souls inside the skeletons?
We can't even get near Camazotz with all these skeletons around. Do you have a shot, Kunskaya? I'm afraid not. This guy, the skeletons, is doing a wonderful job of making an abstraction of themselves. Unfortunately for us, this is the perfect place for a necromancer.
We need Shishiga.
By my count, there are no fewer than 100,000 corpses buried here.
Let's go. We can't fight him here.
Outside. I don't need the underworld to summon the dead. It looks like you apes can see the blood threads I'm using to bind souls to the skeletons.
Oh.
Damn it. Guy looks like an idiot, but he really is good at this. He's got us boxed in. We don't have a way out.
I can force my way past them and into the jungle, but I won't get more than a few meters. I don't think retreat is an option right now, Master.
And then we'll just have to push through, right toward Camazotz. I'm afraid that's not a good idea. The moment Mesh gets close to him, he'll retreat back to the sky, and the skeletons will completely swarm her. We need a decoy, someone big and tough, who won't get hurt in all of this. Obviously, it has to be me. Alright everyone, I'll see you later. I should be able to hold out as long as the sun is here, but I would very much appreciate if you came to rescue me as soon as you can.
Huh? Dippo?
What? He's just gonna throw himself in there? Yo!
So that's the Dino's barrier delivery mat mentioned in his report. It looks as strong as electromagnetic armor.
Okay. Okay. He has that anti-enforcement on him.
There. I fired the volley of my prized napalm rockets. We now have a clear path into the jungle. It won't last long though, so I suggest anyone who wants to live gets moving, and quickly. Senpai!
I know, fall back! Arrow 4.
We overheard everything on the comms. We know Teppo stayed behind in enemy territory. I wish we could combat the enemy's numbers with our own, but...
We'll help save Master Teppo. We got to. But we can't handle Camazotz. He's just too scary. I know we shouldn't be afraid, but I just can't stop shaking.
Unfor, get a hold of yourselves, soccer raptors. We're not going to demand that non-combatants put themselves in danger. We just need your speed. Run to the temple as fast as you can and fetch Kukulcan. She's ridiculously strong. She should have no trouble handling hundreds, no, thousands of enemies.
Our 7th bro is already doing just that. But he screeched that he can't find Lady Kukulcan anywhere.
Damn it, she really just does whatever the hell she feels like, doesn't she? I suppose this is it then. Kunska can't do much against skeletons, since they don't desire anything. And with Captain unable to leave the border right now. Does this mean it's time for Kadok with his anti-beast mage cut and combat focus, so accustomed to fighting on the front lines? Shion, an expert alchemist and elite member of the Atlas Institute, whose plans always go according to her calculations. Myself, an intellectual mage and expert commander who issues orders left and right from HQ. And Manure, who can probably also do something useful to join the Livermet in battle. What a compliment.
I'm not really a combatant, you know? I cannot use threats or pull off combos or anything like that.
Really? Are you sure about that?
I overheard the whole thing. It seems my time has come.
Oh, I know that voice.
Yes!
No one can match me in the art of necromancy. That Camazotz is even using zombies and skeletons shows... Wait, that Camazotz is even using zombies and skeletons shows just how much he has to learn. If this demon claims to be a skilled summoner, I'll show him the true might of Egyptian technique. The technique that even takes our undead's comfort and well-being into consideration by ensuring they still have bodies.
Oh, now that is confidence right there. I never had believed you were the same servant who's been on a losing streak since we got here. Well said, Nitocris. This is your chance to redeem yourself after your humiliating loss at Laok. You can't say that.
Did you really need to bring that up right now? Yes, I can hear them. The voices of the dead. With so many here, even an inexperienced necromancer could embed them in vessels. He could call out to 100 dead, and he would only capture one. I doubt he cares who he gets as long as they can fight.
I'm not gonna say that. The other 99 are just ignoring him. You're certain you can win?
I am. This is where we fought that turkey. I remember its cry was no ordinary thing. I see now it's because it was calling out to the dead. That's why it affected me so much. I can hear the voices of the dead. I'm assured I didn't realize this at the time, and only dismissed it as a healthy morning call. So you essentially left your spirit channel on and dialed up to maximum volume? More or less. Yes, it didn't do me any favors at the time, but at least I can make use of the experience now. I'm going to layer a spell that mimics that bird's cry over Camazotz's necromancy, essentially jamming his signal. Only a truly exceptional necromancer could hope to keep control of the familiars under those circumstances.
Okay. Good, that sounds good to me.
We're here. This is the Khan ruins. Now, where's Tepo?
Bro still has 2 stacks of anti-enforcement on him. Ouch. These Khan soldiers are hurting me.
Looks like he's tired, but still hanging in there. Phew, we're not too late. So you've returned, Chaldean boy. Good. Struggling like that really gets your blood pumping. So, what did you bring this time? A storm, a fire, a disease? It doesn't matter. The Khan warriors are indestructible. You can never defeat them with the kind of violence you'd use on the live.
Huh? What?
I don't know what's going on, but this would seem to be our chance. I'll open my underworld mirror and cleanse the spirits that fill this land.
Yeah! Necromancer, I knew it. You should be ashamed. Revolting, revolting. I want to tear my own eyes out. It's so hideous. Kill that woman, my warriors. Otherwise, she will send you into a nightmare from which you'll never awaken. How dare you hear the voices of the dead even outside the underworlds? There's only room in Mictlān for one necromancer, and that's me.
Ouch. What? You gotta be kidding me. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's good, actually. That's good. Yeah. You good?
そうか尻を使い恥を知れ目玉が潰れるほどおざましい戦士ども殺すがいい冥界以外で死者の声を聞く蛮行許すまじ
天空よ
Okay. That jamming. Oh shit, what the fuck? Okay. What's her overcharge? Is it death? It is. Great. First of all,
我が身はホルスなりしファラオなればやだな運命をかけた戦いであれば
go for it, Nitocris.
可愛い資料がやります下がっているように
Ow.
屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖を心暗空ねぶた術
Surely she has like insane returns. Bro didn't even hit them. Bro, I don't want to death them. Can you do damage instead of death? Oh my god. What the fuck is this shit? I'm nerfing myself by death. It's fine, because I have 100%. It's fine.
仕方ありません負けないぞ屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖を心暗空ねぶた術
It is an insane return. You are right. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because we have 100% battery right here. What? It does matter, it does matter, it does matter, it also does matter. Ah, fuck's sake. Also, take just... Actually, I'm gonna wait one turn with that one.
可愛い仕方お望みとあらば屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖を心暗空ねぶた術
What the fuck just happened?
不敬者
200%. Okay, well, you know what? You know what? I'll take that.
ホルアクティ
I'll take 200%. It's not horrible. You just had to do damage after the death proc. I'm pretty certain that
天空よ
death is just a debuff.
圧倒しやりますニトクリスの鏡を見たいのですね屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖を心暗空ねぶた術
On Nito 100%. I mean, even on any AoE servant. Like, I feel like even on Rasputin, I don't think I've ever gotten a death on Rasputin, but I feel like it's you don't want to get a death on Rasputin because you just get less returns. Unless it procs after damage. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, if it procs after damage, it doesn't matter. If it procs before damage, it matters. But I don't know. Oh, yeah. Nito Alter is after? Nice. What's this? What just happened?
What happens that you just lost? Demon God, I've read those ruins of all the dead spirits gathered here. You no longer have even a single pawn to command.
I said, what just happened?
Bro? Whoa, okay. Nitocris? Damn.
One move and I split her from head to toe with my sight.
So fast. He grabbed me before I even had time to blink.
Now answer me, woman! What just happened here? How did you do it?
Yeah, you mean how I returned your familiars to the earth? I just used my own dead spirits to banish yours.
No, no, no! The soldiers you commanded! You were treating those spell ghosts as though they were your own subjects, weren't you?
Oh, the Magets? I was looking at this. What's this? Is this part of her outfit?
Those ghosts were long dead. Any dreams they had vanished along with their souls. And you're going to tell me, what? That you remember each of their names?
What?
Answer me! Do you actually bother remembering them all? Do you really recall those dead people's names and deeds every single time you call upon them?
Of course I do. Those ghosts were all once loyal subjects of the Pharaoh. Even if they were no longer with us, I still honor their names and deeds. A Pharaoh who reigned as briefly as I did is only able to exist as a heroic spirit because I shared their pain.
Gah! 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 Disgusting! Utterly disgusting! I want to tear my own skin off. I can't take it. I can't take it any longer. This is the worst day ever. Ruined by the worst woman ever. What even are those ridiculous rabbit ears? They make every hair on my body stand on end.
Proof?
I'm going to Jajaoki for a healing bath. That spring, the source of night, should at least rid me of those awful chills.
Well. Whew. Thank God. I can't take it. My voice is going to die.
I'm not sure what he was talking about, but I get the feeling that it was very insolent indeed. Anyway, I did manage to land a hit on him, but does this mean we've driven him away?
Yeah. I'll say we won. Indeed, the victory is ours, and I live to see another day. Thank you all so much. Nitocris, you did what no one else has ever been able to accomplish. You defeated Camazotz and drove him off. I have no doubt there's going to be a grand festival in Chichen Itza tonight. You should return there with your head held high.
I see. A festival, huh? Wait, what?
I forgot about first Limbo. This one is harder than Limbo. This one is way harder. But it's a fun one. Okay. I don't think that was part of her outfit. I think that was part of Camazotz, those tentacle looking things. This is quite a party. Yeah, it was? Okay.
Spectacular work, Nitocris. No other warrior has ever managed to drive Camazotz away. The Dinos will never forget what you've done. From now on, whenever they encounter a problem, they'll say, Nitocris didn't give up when she drove off that annoying bat. WWND. What would Nitocris do?
That's the one. Insolence! Insolence!
Huh? Huh?
Still not fully grasping the situation.
Bat is still going. By the sound of it, I can still hear the Dinos all the way out here. This is not how I imagined today would go, but this Caldia is super popular with the Dinos now. Starting tomorrow, we should be able to focus on repairing the border again, but before that... Yes, we need to continue a discussion from earlier. It seems that the last scripter, David's Void, has a plan of his own, entirely separate from the foreign gods.
Yes, let's go! More lore.
He means to use Ort, wherever it is in this Lostbelt, to destroy the entire planet. It's our top priority now, ahead of tracking down Ort or cutting down the Tree of Emptiness is to stop Daybit's plan. Though, of course, since we have not yet been able to detect the Tree of Emptiness, much less locate it, we can do little in the way of planning to cut it down.
Yeah, between crashing, getting taken prisoner, the surprise cultural exchange, and the zombie attack, I honestly haven't even given a thought of searching for the Tree of Emptiness. How about you, Delivermat, Mesh? Have you two seen anything around that looked like it could maybe be the Tree of Emptiness?
Nope. Hell, Mictlān is chock full of mysteries.
I agree with Senpai. The surface is completely devastated while this underground world teems with life. I think if we understood Mictlaan's structure, we'd have no trouble figuring out what the Tree of Emptiness is, but
You people are all overthinking this. Things like that, like the Tree of Emptiness, are always in the deepest, most inaccessible parts of the world. So it seems clear to me that we will find Mictlaan's Tree of Emptiness at the southernmost point, the ninth bottomless stratum, thinking vertically. And that means, once the stormboarder is back up and running, we can fly right to it. So for now, let's just be patient. Give our technical advisor and Shion time to finish the repairs while we kick back and relax in our air-conditioned rooms.
not happening, Gordolf. Did you forget about the report of what happened in Mexico City? If you don't do something soon, you won't be able to stop the future where Ort wakes up, and you have no idea how long it will be until that happens. So the best thing we can do now is stop Tezcatlipoca and Daybit's plan before they can wake Ort up.
Right, that slipped my mind, but the future they saw was already set, no? True, so why worry about it? I like that motto. It's already determined. Will us stopping their plan change that? Oh.
Of course, if you do nothing, the future they saw in Mexico City will be set. But right now, we're still at the crossroads of the present. Should Ort wake up, we'll no longer be able to alter the future that Tezcatlipoca showed us. However, if we can stop Ort from waking, the future is entirely in our hands. Yep, and that's why we need all the information we can get. Who exactly is Daybit Void? How is he planning to wake Ort? To wake Ort? For that matter, what exactly is Ort? We still haven't detected it in Mictlān, so right now, we can't even say whether it's asleep or dead.
Okay.
Without that information, we can't really formulate a plan. As much as I wish otherwise. Unfortunately, we don't have any way of finding more information. Neither the Dinos nor the King of Dinosaurs seems to have any knowledge of things outside of Chichen Itza.
Maybe we could infiltrate Mexico City again and ask Daybit himself. Nah, that's a dumb idea. Even if you manage to get in and find him, he'd sooner die than tell us anything.
Yeah, what should we do then? It's been less than a year since Daybit came to this Lostbelt, the same as it was for the other cryptors. So where was he all this time? What was he doing? How did someone so opposed to humanity summon Tezcatlipoca? Where exactly are Ort and the Tree of Emptiness? If only we could talk to someone who had the answers to those questions. Of course, we could never be so lucky as for there to be someone around who conveniently has the knowledge we Well. What's up, Cuckoo? Here she is. Here she is.
Oh, is that all you need? Because I'm pretty sure you can find the Dinos who knows what the crypt has been doing since his arrival.
Oh.
They're in, Mictlān.
Mictlān, of course. What's Mictlān?
Oh, sorry. The Dinos have been pestering me for more of your stories. So I came here to fetch a liver met and mash. But your conversation was so interesting, I just couldn't help but listen in, yes. I see. Sorry we didn't notice you. So, what's this Mictlān place? In other words, Aztec mythology, it's part of the name of the first of the 13 heavens, the bottommost domain, where the moon moved Illicat Mictlān.
Mistli, sorry. Mistli. Illicat Mistli.
So, what you're saying? I guess it's some kind of moon-like facility overlooking all of Mictlān.
Uh-oh, it's the moon.
That's right. Unlike the best in the sunglasses, I don't know much about the future, or causality, or any other complicated topics. But I do still want to help you, so I decided to skip the council meeting in Mictlān and come here to talk. If you don't know the answer to a question, ask someone who does. And there's a very knowledgeable Dinos who's good at answering questions in the Mictlān Observatory. Yes. So there's someone up there with an even greater knowledge of Mictlān than you. So where? That is, who in the world is this person? Are they part of the teachings of the sun like you? Good question. The circumstances of our births are pretty similar.
Oh?
If you think of me as Mictlan's new son, she's Mictlan's new land. She can never leave the place where she was born. And that place is the last destination humankind can reach in their own power, the observatory that was built in the 7th Stratum. It's known as Mictlān, the terminal observatory, and it's the home of Princess Shkik. The Stargazer are known as Archetype Earth. She's a duplicate of the planet Sol. She has existed ever since Mictlān first came into being.
I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest. All this time, I thought she was a collab servant. Or an event servant or something.
The 7th Stratum, Mictlān, the terminal observatory, almost like the Chaldea of Mictlān.
Thank you, Kukulcan. I wasn't expecting a lifeline, but you've truly proven to be our savior. Alright, everyone, you heard the goddess. We're beginning a new operation. Delivery Matt, Mash, Habitshot, Da Vinci and Nitocris over there, having the time of her life. Prepare to leave for the 7th Stratum at once. And could I ask you to accompany them too, Kukulcan? Da Vinci will only be there to handle data analysis. You're the strongest fighter around by far. We would be very grateful if you were willing to help deliver, Matt. There's not been a collab for Tsukihime? I mean, I'm pretty sure... Ciel's not gonna be from a collab with Tsukihime, is she? Maybe she will, I don't know. Like during Solomon, that's a cheat though. Solomon is a cheat.
Of course! Yay! Thanks, Director! Now I have the perfect excuse to cancel my annoying council meeting. I can't turn down a request for aid, after all. Shion and I will stay here to focus on repairing the border. Kunskaya, you're on guard duty. What will you do, Kadok? You'll be helpful no matter which group you go with.
Yeah, exactly. Ciel's summer, yeah.
So you should go where you think you can do the most good. Okay, I'll stay with the border too, but I can't help with the repairs. I'm going to go over the clock tower files, since they might have something on Daybit.
I knew Daybit is in the files.
No, good idea. I think I'll do the same. The clock tower files are heavily encrypted though. We'll need to decrypt them one at a time.
I can help with that. Those will have to be in my downtime between repair tasks.
Alright, then it's settled. Let's get to work, everyone. Oh, but not right this second. Delivermat and Kirillite still need to rest. You both have the responsibility to get 7 hours of sleep and 2 hours of relaxation each day. You'll be departing tomorrow morning. Until then, take some time to enjoy the Chichen Itza nightlife if you like.
Yeah, sure.
But first, we should probably rescue Nitocris from the shrine. And since the Dinos want to hear more Lostbelt stories, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We've got a long journey ahead of us, starting tomorrow, so this might be your last chance to talk to them. Make sure to tell them as much as you can.
And that's the story of the Chinese Lost Belt. Yeah? Did you enjoy these 3 minutes? Wow, a world of all vessels and just one human. Man, that's efficient. Really efficient. The vessels do all the heavy labor to keep the world running and provide the king with culture. The king evaluates it all and becomes the primary figure in making further advancements. Technological development could never take a wrong turn in a world like that. No, of course not. The other Lostbelt worlds were pretty astonishing too, but in terms of completion, the Chinese Lostbelt sounds like it was right at the top. Yeah, it seemed very complete. I know what you mean. No one in the society ever had to feel unnecessary suffering or want things they could never have. Complete, yes. I'd say it is, but the level of a species maintaining the status quo is effectively regression. No matter how stable the world the species lives in may be, if that species never changes at all, it will only be a matter of time before other species surpass them, effectively causing them to degrade. But the Xin Huang person managed all those changes himself. So long as they never made a mistake, the Chinese Lostbelt would have been powerful indeed. And they did not, in fact, make any mistakes, which is why their empire became eternal. It's just too bad their own lifespan was limited, not necessarily physically, since they did acquire an immortal body, but mentally. It almost sounds as though the Great Wall they built enclosed their minds as well as their nation. That part I honestly didn't understand. Why would a human of that caliber stop trying to grow their territory? Isn't that why they became emperor in the first place? To grow humanity's domain as far as possible. Maybe expanding into outer space just wasn't worth the cost. Yeah.
I'd say it was probably a combination of space travel not seeming to be worth the cost and an interest in pursuing their own evolution. Xin Huang was the ultimate human in a very real sense. Their ideology was solipsistic, yes, but that was because they truly believed themselves to be the pinnacle of humanity. And since they were so strong in both mind and body, they probably never saw a need to compare themselves to others. It's the same ideal Kirshara tried to bring about. Xin Huang loved their subjects and strove to advance the human species as much as possible. They were a perfected person, a true Jundran. But unfortunately, there was no one else in that world who could stand the Xin Huang's spear, which ended up leaving them as the only human there was.
So there were a really hard-headed human. That kind of sounds like Tipo. He never lets anything stop him, even when he's all alone. Wow, these other Lostbelts are amazing. Five magics. What the hell? Okay, that's cool. The Age of Will. Sheesh. We could never try to keep surviving after an extinction. And none of us care about having our species flourish or trying to evolve further.
Really? But surely you guys don't want to go extinct either, right?
We do try to avoid death, but it's not the same thing as trying to avoid extinction. That would require a way of looking at things which was very focused on us specifically. We live for something bigger than ourselves. That said, no Dinos can put into words exactly what that bigger thing is. But you taught us that our world is a Lostbelt, a world that was meant to be pruned away. We're grateful for you for that. We're not envious of any of the other Lostbelts or of proper human history, because we know that our Mictlān is already a complete and perfect world. Yeah, we all love Mictlān, and we're all grateful to Lady Kukulcan. But you know, I do wonder if our Lostbelts as meaningful a world as the other ones. I hope so. What the fuck are you guys talking about? I'm gonna get some more tea. My throat is dying. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, sure. There you are, Wak-chan. I've been looking for you. Are you feeling like your old self yet? It's no use. Nothing I do works. I don't want to do anything at all, ever again. Not until the sun disappears forever. Your brainwaves aside. You seem like you're still in peak physical condition. So let me give you this message. The Chaldeans will be heading to the 7th Stratum at daybreak. If you would be willing to go with them as their porter, it would be a tremendous help. Whoa! The 7th Stratum! That's amazing! That's practically a stone's throw away from the dreaded land. Even I've only been there once. My dad took me when I was a kid, and I only remember seeing the stars there. That sounds like a ton of fun. I guess those guys will go anywhere as long as they have a goal. Oh, but Olga's gonna go there too, right? Hey, I don't know what to say to her. Now I know I should have said something to cheer her up instead of just disappearing, but... Wak-chan, Olga Marie is no longer in Chichen Itza. She and the Chaldeans have gone their separate ways. I doubt she'll ever return. Huh? How'd that happen? I thought they were friends. Oh, what do you know, Tipo? This would seem a good time to explain. I can only guess based on information I've been able to piece together, but I believe Olga Marie to be Chaldea's enemy. No, not just that. She may also be the greatest threat to the Dinos as well. You've heard their stories about proper human history in the Lostbelts, yes? And you know how the world outside ours, the civilization of Earth, was erased by the bleached Earth phenomenon, right? Well, the bleached Earth phenomenon didn't just erase civilization, it also scored every living thing from the planet. The being responsible for that is the foreign god, an alien who wiped out over 7 billion humans all on her own. And Olga Marie is that foreign god. At least so I believe. There are a few points that don't quite add up, so I can't be completely certain. But all that aside, well, that's a good theory. Apart from what we know, the foreign god isn't responsible for the bleaching, right? The bleaching happened before the foreign god arrived. Whether by coincidence or miracle, we were able to speak and travel with her for a time. But that was no more than a dream bound to end sooner than later. Quite frankly, our journey with her was a mistake. You're kidding me! Stream's lagging? Anyone else? I did have some internet problems earlier, so it's possible. Okay. Please try to calm down, Lord Wukub. The king may not be here right now, but we're still in the presence of Lord Solar Sojourn. Okay. If you flap her wings too loudly.
Shut up! How are you not bothered by this? How long are those fools going to keep falling all over themselves? Falling over those damned outsiders? Even the king of dinosaurs is going along with it. Have they no reverence at all for the holy Shoktak shrine? That shrine is meant to be where we give thanks for the sun cycle. It's not a place to celebrate outsiders. How many times are they going to make the same mistake before they get it through their thick skulls? What good has foreign culture ever brought us? That dang crypto's knowledge has to be nothing but poison. The inclusion of language has only created disparities between dinos, and the Oselmay have been growing stronger at an alarming rate. The only reason you cretins aren't worried is because you don't know how far Mexico City has come. If there were other winged dinos besides me, they would tell you, just as I have, how terrifying that city really is.
Please calm down, Priest Wukub. Other priests will come by if you make too much noise.
No, they won't. They're all down there at the Shokta Shrine, making fools of themselves of the story of Camazotz's defeat. They've no sense of urgency, no concerns whatsoever about the impending danger. Why is that? It's because you cretins never had any natural predators, because you never knew how terrifying it is to be the only one of your kind. We must find a way to wipe out the Oselomay. We ignore Mexico City's growing power at our own peril. Dinos rule in Mictlān. It's about time we started thinking that way. And yet, Kukulcan has left the Ocelomate to do whatever they please. Next thing you know, she's brought back a human child and named him king of all dinos. And then, just when we thought she'd gone off to observe Mexico City from a distance, she comes back dressed like a damn ocelot! This all happened recently. Proper human history's knowledge has tarnished Mictlān and our son. In fact, that woman has been far too welcoming to those proper human history outsiders ever since she learned of this god concept.
You mustn't say such things, Lord Vuko. Please, at least refrain from putting such thoughts into words.
Shut up! This isn't my fault. It's the fault of the king and the god who made me think this in the first place. Who do you think I am anyway? I'm a rare pterosaur. The only kind of dinos blessed enough to be chosen by the skies. It should be me standing at the top of Dino society. Do you have any idea how much of myself I've devoted to Mictlān for that purpose? Despair! Repugnant king of dinosaurs! Despair! Useless Kukulcan! That the Cryptor showing up could change our entire culture proves that we never had a culture of our own to begin with.
You're exactly right, Lord Vuko. No one loves Mictlān more than you. You're the perfect dinos to lead us all.
Alright. Move ahead with that plan we discussed. Tell Scully I'll agree to a second meeting, in secret. A plan to steal the sun, It's bold, I'll give him that.
What? Is bro in Despicable Me or what?
But it was at least worth hearing what he had to say. I certainly can't think of a better pretext. Fine. It will really save our dying son. He can have Chichen Itza.
What the fuck? Holy! Oh? Yo, the thumbnail. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. The dinosaur. I'm pretty sure is that the LS stream? That might be the LS stream. Shit. Khan party. Shit. Nice. I heard you're heading to Mictlān. I have some experience with the journey to the 7th Stratum. Would you mind if I came along as your guide? Yep, I was hoping you would.
I agree. Won't have anything to fear as long as you're there with us, Dippo.
Hey, new line of work alright? Can you guys hear me? New line working alright?
Yep, loud and clear, Manure. Mictlān's magnetic field is pretty strong. In fact, every Stratum has its own atmospheric density, magical energy concentration, and background radiation levels. Luckily, over the past few days, Professor figured out a way for our comms to actually adjust their signal to suit the environment. We still won't be able to contact each other while we're in the underworld, since its levels seem to be similar to singularities in certain ways, but otherwise, we should be good to go.
Then we should be able to communicate while you're in the 7th Stratum. That's great. We'll support you as best as we can from here.
She's actually becoming a legend. You're leaving too, Lady Nita. Oh man. We're gonna miss you, but I guess you gotta go since it's the 7th Stratum. I mean, the 8th Stratum's Camazotz hideout. If he shows up again, it's gonna be up to you to defeat him. Take care of Big Bro Delivermat and Big Say Smash for us.
Of course. That poor excuse for a necromancer is no match for me. And once we conclude our business in Mictlān, we'll return to your city. You'll be ashamed to let this new fame go to waste.
She's enjoying it.
So when I get back, we're going to hold the Nitocris Cup we talked about last night.
Whoa, I can't believe it. We're gonna have another Shokta ceremony. Nothing can stop us now.
I only beat Camazotz because it was essentially a bad matchup for him. I had a number of advantages going on. But if we were to run into Tlaloc, the Rain God again, I don't think I could defeat her as I am now.
Yeah, we need you to change into an Avenger.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I went down to look at the shops first thing in the morning and lost track of time. And they were even out of the thing I was looking for. Just goes to show that you should prep for an adventure ahead of time.
Not to worry, Kukulcan. I have everything we'll need for camping out. We're all good to go. I'll be guiding delivery Met and Mesh since the first item after all.
Then I guess I just need to come along for the ride. Good job, Dippo.
Of course. I'll do the best I can. But why do you sound so happy about this?
Because you've never been proud of any of your accomplishments before, this proves you've gotten better at asserting yourself and showing us when you're serious.
I don't know that I agree with that. You two wouldn't either. Oh, sorry. Would you? Oh yeah, totally would.
Me too. You may not have realized this yourself since you're such a naturally gentle soul. But you clearly feel a great deal of responsibility for the jobs you accept and the results you produce.
I see. Well, the thing with my glasses wasn't really meant to convey my emotions. I made these myself. They help me avoid looking upon things I shouldn't. Interesting. Still, hearing what you both had to say just now was wonderful. I hope I can remember this moment perfectly forever.
Okay, we should probably get going. It should take us about 2 days to reach 7th Stratum from here. We should be pretty safe with this lineup, but make sure you all stay sharp on the road anyway.
Holy... whoa! No, I could kill the husky.
Oh geez, you're already in trouble. What the hell are they thinking? Are they trying to burn down the whole jungle?
I guess this means we've entered their territory, the 5th Stratum. Even so, I can't believe they tried to blast us with fire before we even got close to them. Do they just not care about the jungle or the animals that live in it?
I think I just understood a little. Yeah.
You too, Master. I thought I made out some of what they were saying just now as well.
We all may have woken up at the same time, but the Osolome's language and how they exchange information must be changing rapidly. It's incredible how quickly they adapt, especially without the mass protection. Okay.
There's no time to be scoping things out. See that guy? He's the leader around here. The captain of their squad. We'd best take him out right now or he's gonna be a thorn in our side for who knows how long. Alright, you guys better turn that machine gun into scrap metal and pawn it off on Koenskaya.
Let's go. Suck. That's the name of the... Okay. Yeah, no wheel, baby. Hey. Perfect. Perfect. And then this one here can just be Heracles. I scrolled too far down. It means snake. Ooh. Liberio. Yoroshi.
踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よレベリオンモンド
Mono. Ow. Stop with the gunfire.
熱を帯びなさい。丸み運命をかけた戦いであれば
The fuck? That was rude.
下がっているように。
踊れ踊れ。狂い果てよ。人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よ。レベリオンモンド
With Limbo and Taz. Scorpio. MP resistance. What the fuck is this hand? Bruh. Okay.
踊れ踊れ。レベリオンモンド。
そこです。
Is bro lawful? What do you mean MP resistance? Ew, brother. Ew. He's human. He's not even lawful. What's his evade looking like? One turn, one left.
望まれることを下がってみたよ。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。輝きを。
Ow. Stop charge gaining. Well, now you've done it. Now you've done it. Tusk. It's gonna do like 60k. Not even that, it's like 50. 42. I'll take that. No buffs.
最後の竜は我が胸に集う円卓の守護者たちラウンド・オブ・アバロン
燃えろ
The fuck? That doesn't seem very fair. Wait, how did he do that? Oh, did he decrease HP for all enemies except... No. What? I don't know. Huh? What the fuck is this? Okay, man.
もちろん負けないぞ。
Beat him up.
ここでマスクセクエンス。先手の杖、光を。
Holy shit.
先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。
That was a bit close, but we made it. Yep.
Yeah, way to go. I wish I could have joined you on the shootout too, but my noble phantasm's kinda meant for really big baddies.
Sure it is, Abby. Sure it is.
Besides, we gotta do what we can to conserve Mesh's magical energy.
As luck would have it, we have an excellent harvest today. Tomorrow, we'll be entering the 6th stratum, the 3rd underworld. While I'm accustomed to it, the rest of you will be seeing the galactic sand dunes for the first time. So tonight, I want you all to get plenty of nutrients and rest up with a trek across them. I also have some sauce Baker was kind enough to prepare for us on the stone border.
Huh? You're putting that black water on the holy corn. It looks kind of evil to me. What is it exactly?
It's called soy sauce. If you brush it over corn before cooking it. Soy sauce on corn? That doesn't sound bad. Well, see the results for yourself. Yay, it's roasted corn. Huh? Why does she look so disgusted? Zoom. Burnt maize field. What the fuck? Ate more corn in one sitting than most people could in their whole lives.
Kukulcan, maybe that's enough. You'll give yourself a terrible stomachache if you overeat. Then again, she's eaten 10 times her body mass in corn already, so maybe there's no sense worrying.
All good there. Tipo, another helping. I've been missing out on the Stacy treat for 100,000 years, so I gotta make up for last time, yes.
Man, probably human history is just downright devious. You're recklessly crazy. Why would you invent something that makes corn taste this good? Do you want the whole world supply devoured? Well, I won't let that happen. I'm a god, you know. If it ever looks like we're about to run out of corn for good, I'll do everything in my power to make sure we don't.
I don't think we're gonna run out. Pum 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 pum. Ah, so this is culture shock. Terrifying. It seems to have a new possible cause of extinction on our hands. I'll look after Kukulcan, so don't worry about her. Enjoy your after dinner chat.
Dinos never really cultivated much in the way of culinary techniques, so I guess this is all very new and exciting for her. I'm glad the roast corn made her so happy though. I expected she'd like it since she's humanoid like us, but it's good to get confirmation. You know, Da Vinci, it may be a little too late to be asking this, but if Kukulcan is this Lostbelts god, why does she look like a human and not like a Dinos?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't blame you for wondering. Whenever humans imagine being superior to themselves, they usually think of giants or beastmen. That tendency is to mix the familiar human form with characteristics of no ordinary human could possess. But at standard, you'd expect Kukulcan to look a lot more like a Dinos than a human.
Hear me, evil roast corn. Your days are numbered. I swear not to rest until every last kernel of you is in my belly. Are we sure she's not actually a dinosaur?
Don't, Habitat. I understand how you feel, but it's not nice to say. Okay, I was hoping to gather a little more information first, but it seems like a good opportunity to move up our schedule and hold an emergency briefing. It's gonna be kind of heavy for an after-dinner conversation though, so be ready for that.
Yes.
Yes. I'll be ready for that. Yes. Okay, I was hoping to gather a little more information first, but it seems like a good opportunity to move up our schedule and hold an emergency briefing. It's gonna be kind of heavy for an after-dinner conversation though, so be ready for that.
I'm ready for a lore briefing.
Alright, I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer. I'm sure you've been wondering about the origins of Mesoamerica in the Magecraft world. And why the 7th Lostbelt turned out the way they did. We should have discussed that at the start, so on behalf of Caldia, I'm sorry it took this long to get to it. But, while we maybe took the scenic route to get to it, the time has finally arrived. Are you ready, everyone? Are you ready, Deliver Matt? Then let's get this episode of Da Vinci's Mythology Corner started. First off, Deliver Matt. I believe Mesh already told you about proper human history's Chichen Itza and the relationship between Maya and Aztec mythology, right?
Yep.
Do you remember what you said?
Yep. The main stuff came first, followed by the Aztec.
Very broad strokes, but since we're discussing the last part, I guess a basic understanding will do for now. Then taking all that into consideration, let's go over our journey so far.
What? A full-on board? A green board? Or a black board?
Originally infiltrated the 7th Lostbelt in South America to finally settle the score with the foreign god. But after breaching the stone wall, instead of the South America continent we expected to see, we found Pangea, the massive supercontinent that once contained all Earth's landmass.
Yep, I know. I know.
Immediately after, the ground split open, revealing what I can only describe as a light we don't yet understand. That light struck the storm border, sending it crashing down into this underground world known as Mictlān. And as you'd expect from its name, Mictlān strongly reflects the characteristics of Central America rather than South America.
This is not the conversation that I was expecting.
That's most likely because this Lostbelt's roots, that is, the basic idea underpinning it, comes from Central America and proper human history.
Oh, really?
So it would be more accurate to refer to this world as the Central American Lostbelt rather than South American Lostbelt. True, but its surface coordinates are still in South America, so I'll just stick with South American Lostbelt. Now, here's my first observation. Let's dig a little deeper into Central American mythology. In addition to being closely tied to the natural world, Central American mythology also tried to focus on an astronomical perspective. They took a great interest in outer space.
Well,
In fact, there's still lots of depictions of rockets pointed towards the sky that remain Mesoamerican murals in relics today.
well, Mexicans are crying right now. Well, actually, Mexicans are happy. I think Brazilians are crying with this one, actually.
Why is that? The Magecraft world has a theory. They think the main civilization's interest in our outer space may have started with a figure who already knew plenty about it.
As in an alien? Oh, wait. Oh. Okay.
Yep, it came from outer space, but it wasn't the kind of creature you're probably imagining.
Brazil doesn't exist, and Asovars, how do you explain this then? How do you explain this? Are you saying it's photoshopped? Surely not.
Yep, it came from outer space, but it wasn't the kind of creature you're probably imagining. 66 million years ago, during the fifth of the big extinction events, or the big five extinction events, an enormous meteorite crashed into Yucatan Peninsula in Central America. The resulting shockwave is believed to have become a massive heatwave which covered the entire planet, effectively ending the dinosaurs' time as Earth's dominant life forms. I understand dinos are different from dinosaurs, but I've also been told their bodies are equally strong and durable. So this event wiped out all the dinosaurs and changed the entire ecosystem. It must have been quite the disaster. Yep. The earthquake created by the meteorite's impact exceeded the magnitude of 11, and the resulting tsunamis were easily over 300 meters tall.
Damn.
Recently, some people have come to believe that another meteorite landed in West Africa around the same time. But either way, there's no question about the impact of Yucatan Peninsula. There's just too much evidence of it. There's a 160-kilometer crater along the peninsula. Iridium and rare metal was discovered there too. And above all, the enormous underground cavern that was clearly formed by a meteorite impact. You see, there are lots of springs called cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula.
Oh, is there, Arnold? I'm not sure.
They're essentially very deep pits with underground bubbling up at their bottom, which made them crucial sources of water. And one of the reasons these cenotes formed in the first place was a result of the changes the meteorite impact had on the bedrock. Which explains why so many of the cenotes are connected to each other underground, like a giant ant colony. See? This means there must have been a massive underground world running beneath the Yucatan Peninsula as far back as 66 million years ago. For the people living there at the time, the underworld of Xibalba from Maya mythology was very real. Over time, this underworld myth was brought into Aztec mythology as well, where it was reborn as Mictlān. And the Magecraft world believes that the primal fear the locals had of Mictlān wasn't product of legend, but because that very real fear was inscribed upon their DNA.
So they weren't normal humans?
No, they were perfectly normal except for one additional factor. The Yucatan Peninsula meteorite was absolutely chock full of resources. And I don't just mean the kind of rare metals that are nearly impossible to find on Earth. I mean matter, or even life forms, that didn't exist on Earth at all. What I'm saying is, aliens arrived on the same meteorite that hit the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah. You're kidding me.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's the only explanation that makes sense. At any rate, the meteorite came with intelligent life from another planet. We don't know whether they used life on Earth as host bodies, like parasites, or they outright fused with them. Either way, this intelligent life arriving on Earth resulted in the rapid rebirth and development of advanced life on the planet.
Yes, the R&D.
What's more, it did so in ways of beings like ourselves, who reproduce sexually, could never duplicate.
What?
These extraterrestrials had to multiply quickly over a large area, and quickly pause so they could cover all of Earth.
And without pause.
And the best way they could do that was via the natural world's most abundant form of life, plants. This means that the beings which arrived with the meteorite weren't conscious beings, but fungi with the ability to store and convey information.
Okay.
They parasitized Earth's plants and helped them to develop their seeds. Once humans came around, they were reversed as the incarnations of nature itself, revered. Those are the roots of all Mesoamerican gods. They would attach to just about anything and lend them their power. At times, they probably appeared as natural forces themselves. Sometimes, I bet they used animals as host bodies. Other times, I wouldn't be surprised if they used humans.
Okay, so it's like a fungi USB.
In time, the people who would eventually form the Mayan civilization were born. Those who were most compatible with the fungi became priests, kings, and sometimes gods. So basically, in the Magecraft world, it's believed that it was these fungi which gave the Mayan people their visions of outer space, the fungi's homeworld. So these aliens, these visitors, attached to the meteorite from 60 million years ago, were the origin of the civilization's gods.
What does that remind me of?
Da Vinci, when you say fungi, Are you talking about the mushrooms we know today? Well, recently, there have been theories that all fungi on Earth not only share a common language, but that they also communicate through their own underground network. A topic for another man. In retrospect, calling them fungi must have been misleading. They more closely resemble the roots of a plant than anything else. Imagine microscopic life forms that operate entirely via nerve tissue. And you'd have the right idea. I guess they look a lot like living filaments. Anyway, while these fungi or plant roots, or whatever you want to call them, were able to store and convey information, they weren't able to achieve conscious intelligence on their own. It may sound bad, but in many ways, they're like a virus that needs a host body to survive.
That makes more sense. You called it an intelligent life form earlier. That makes a bit less sense, but this makes more sense.
I think that by attaching to a host, these beings were able to advance their host species and secure a livable biosphere. A carrier of the gods. I've heard there's a family in the Mage Association who's been watching over mystic fungi from the Age of Gods for generations. It's the same kind of thing.
Carriers of the gods.
Yep, the origins may be different, but the carriers of the gods follow the same logic. The result is a human infected with divine blood can manifest mystics in the Age of Gods here in modern times.
Oh. Oh.
It doesn't get much rarer than that. In Aztec mythology, Quetzal and Tez often appeared as humans despite being gods. But if Quetzal was actually god filaments using the king of that age as its host body, then it all makes sense.
It does?
First, these aliens attach themselves to plants, which cause plant life to flourish. This resulted in Central and South America's massive jungles and rainforests. They then use the plant roots spread out underground as a nervous system to cultivate all around the world. Over time, they noticed the emergence of humans, Earth's prime species, and oversaw the end of the Age of Gods. When these beings' own time ran out and they accepted that they would never return to their home in outer space, they decided to entrust their hopes and dreams to their children inhabiting the Earth's surface, humans. There is a story behind the Mayan and Aztec civilizations. Their mythology still remembers Earth's Big Five extinction events. It doesn't portray them in a negative light. Its mythology focused on the rebirth of species, filled with a will to overcome even the worst world-ending disaster.
So they accept extinction and work to overcome it. That's the gist of it. Yeah. Okay, so basically what we're saying is aliens. Kukulcan's asleep now, so overheard your discussion. If I understand you correctly, Da Vinci, you're saying that human history diverged based on the species. These extraterrestrials chose to carry on their wish to return to their home. In prior human history, they chose humans, and in this South American Lostbelt, they chose Dinos, us. Does that mean this Lostbelt began after the mass extinction event 60 million years ago? 66 million years ago.
If so, this Lostbelt would have been the longest history of any of them, by far. No, for that matter, it would mean this Lostbelt's prime species has been developing for even longer than proper human history. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all correct. But there's still a lot we don't know. It's safe to say that the meteorite that crashed on the Yucatan Peninsula might the point where this Lostbelt began. But I can't see what happened after that. Why does Kukulcan look human instead of like a Dinos? Why did this Lostbelt's god, filaments, choose to parasitize Dinos and not humans? Dinosaurs would have also been wiped out during the 5th big extinction event. So if the filaments were going to choose any species to parasitize, surely they would have chosen mammals, the dominant form of life, just like they did in proper human history.
Yes, yes, makes sense.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I've at least got the broad strokes right. I probably could have inferred a little more if Holmes were here, but this is the best I can do on my own.
I see. So we need more information to make additional inferences. Oh, okay. I had a hiccup. Why don't we try looking at it from a different angle? We may not know why the god filaments chose Dinos. But do we know the basis of our being chosen? For our being chosen?
Oh, sure. That much is pretty clear. Before I go on, I'd like to just go over some facts. Deliver, Matt.
Present.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, what can you say about the Dinos?
Yes, they're strong, yes. Yeah. They're pretty strong.
Yep. They've of course got the same musculature as dinosaurs. They can camouflage themselves like chameleons. They can communicate telepathically. They're all herbivores despite the diversity in their species, and they can nullify physical impacts using biowaves. It should be impossible for those traits to have evolved on Earth organically. Their high intelligence in particular.
Yeah.
I don't mean that's impossible for them to be smart. I mean that most herbivores simply wouldn't be capable of it. It's just not feasible that at their size, dinos would be able to obtain the required nutrients for survival on an herbivorous diet alone. Which means the dinos must be replenishing the energy they need via different means.
Photosynthesis. Whoa, I was joking. Oh shit.
The teachings of the sun. They're able to live on water and sunlight alone. Oh, you mean the dinos are... Yep, they're conducting photosynthesis all the time. Thanks to the god filaments' evolutionary help.
I was joking, but on the money.
This Lostbelts prime species, the Dinos, are a hybrid of both flora and fauna. They've been this world's dominant form of life for 66 million years. They're way more advanced than humanoids like us.
Yes, yes, yes. So all of the roots from the fungi spread through them, and now they can photosynthesize. Interesting. They're like half plant, half dino. Yes. Yes, makes sense. I can't believe it. I had no idea we were such incredible creatures.
You sure are. You probably don't think anything of it. But you dinos are actually the perfect intelligent life form.
Damn. Chincha Huang's crying right now.
Every last one of you is strong, and you don't have to compete with each other for resources to survive. In a way, it's just like the vision Kirshtaria had for an ideal humanity, a species whose members would never need to fight among themselves.
Fungi can't perform. Yeah, that's what she said. It's more like a plant root than a fungi. Yeah. I'm glad it was the dinos who were the ideal species. The ideal prime species.
Yes, Kisharia's goal wasn't a pipe dream after all. The ideal species he hoped to see exist right here. And the fact that they're all so kind, like Tepo, makes me so happy. That being said, even though I can make an educated guess about the meteorite hitting the Yucatan Peninsula being the branching point for the South American Lostbelt, I still have no idea how it ended up with this unusual structure.
Yeah, that's a big question.
The only way we're going to find out is by going to this observatory. But first,
It kind of seems like a wall that was created like in a fake way by someone, by hand.
You gotta get to the next checkpoint, the third underworld. Then again, this time, you got Nitocris, Da Vinci, and the ridiculously overpowered dinosaur god snoozing away over there. So I'm sure you can handle anything this place throws at us. Bring it on, I say.
Oh yeah, it's by Nasu. Of course. Da Vinci's guesses are mostly correct. We did fall from outer space. We did end up stranded on this planet. In your wall of proper human history, we were the ones who instigated the 5th mass extinction event 66 million years ago. But this is a lost belt. In this world, thanks to a tiny deviation in its path, the meteorite that devastated the Earth arrived 250 million years sooner. And that is where our worlds parted ways. It's also where Mictlān you see here began. So you're telling me it arrived 317 million years ago. And that's when this lost belt began. Holy. For 234 million years, we use our roots to keep the supercontinent together. For 234. Okay. But then, 66 million years ago, this planet faced its third extinction level event. In all human history, this is where the old world ended and the new Cenozoic era began. Instead of waiting for humans like you to appear later, we chose them to carry on. We chose the prehistoric children who continued to survive so valiantly on this planet, just like those of you who would be born later. Interesting. Damn, I woke up too early.
Oh, you woke up.
Well, now I'm awake.
What coincidence, so did I. Since I'm up anyway, I decided to give Habitat a break and keep watch for her. I was just admiring Mictlān's night sky. Go get some more sleep. I've got the lookout stuff covered, yes.
Oh, can you give me some lore as well? I feel like you know more than you're letting on.
You're going to go back to sleep? Then, would you like something to drink? You need to stay hydrated, right?
True.
Oh, you want to know how we're seeing stars? Even so deep underground? Well, unfortunately, Mictlān's night sky isn't actually a window into outer space.
Yeah.
It just looks like one. The stars we're seeing are just a mala using phosphorescence to imitate what the real night sky of so long ago looked like. The only real celestial body here is the sun. And even that's technically a fake, since it's actually a really tiny artificial recreation of the real thing.
You see, it feels like it's all like artificial. You know, I might have just been imagining things, but...
Yes.
Were you only pretending to be asleep earlier, Kukulcan? This facial expression reminds me of Pepe.
Wow, you saw right through me. I didn't think it was really my place to speak up there, so I figured pretending to be asleep would be the best way to not interfere. I mean, the whole conversation would come to a screeching halt if they asked me to weigh in, you know? What do you think, Kukulcan? How did Mictlān end up like this? I wouldn't have known what to do if you'd asked me those kinds of questions.
Well, I was going to ask you that.
If you could ask, I'd have had to answer, and since I can't lie, well... I decided to pretend to be asleep and wait until the storm passed.
Does that mean you have something to hide?
Oh, but you kept something from Da Vinci too, didn't you? There was a moment you could have pointed out that she was wrong, but you chose not to say anything. Why is that? You already know whose dream it was you saw when you were back in Chichen Itza, don't you? It's because you didn't want to interrupt, or is it because you realized I was only faking being asleep?
Wait, I was only faking being asleep. Yes, of course.
And you knew instinctively that if you spilled the beans, I'd kill you.
Oh. Yep. Sure, yep.
Really? Well then, you were dead on. If you told everyone, it will be gone now. Can't fit it all.
Oh.
Anyway, that's not joking around. You guessed right. That dream you saw came from the Mala, the god filaments rooted here in Mictlān.
Oh. Yeah, that was my guess.
I don't know how you ended up harmonizing with Mictlān so well, but you didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with telling everyone that what you saw and discussing it with them. But there's a pretty good chance that doing so would expose certain someone's thoughtless misdeeds.
Hmm.
But I guess she will have no one to blame but herself for that.
Hmm? I don't really remember what I saw.
Huh? You mean you forget what you dream almost as soon as you wake up? Are humans just like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that happens.
Oh man, now that I think about it, I'm the same way. I thought I was the only one who was so forgetful. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight again. Oh, just chalk all this up to a dream and forget it. Forget it when you wake up. I mean, don't worry about anything. I'll be keeping watch all night.
Aight. I'm gonna try to fall back asleep. That was an arrow and a half. But that was insane. That was an insane arrow. Holy. There's also like a 45-minute arrow. What is the third level of the underworld like? It's a strange place. Is it fake? Permanently covered in the darkness of night. There are gentle breezes, lots of oases and with clean water, and a starry night sky that stretches on as far as you can see. The only downside is the Dinos can't stay there long, given the lack of sunlight. It's the only desert in Mictlān, and a very peaceful place for stargazing.
A desert, at last, familiar terrain. Now you're starting to speak my language. The desert is indeed beautiful at night. I can even teach you how to use the stars to navigate there.
Okay. What the hell am I looking at here? Damn, that's not what I was expecting when you said oasis. Gah. Gah. What in the world happened here? What about stars? What about the stargazing? Wow, this is embarrassing. I think I gave up. Endless grains of sand everywhere you look. Arid air without a hint of moisture. Heat more oppressive even than the jungle. Mesh, could you tell me exactly what the current temperature is? 80 degrees Celsius. 176 Fahrenheit. I see. That could dry up a Dinos in a few days. Frankly, I would like nothing more than to go home, but don't worry. We have a specialist with us. Nitocris, please do something about this.
What do you expect me to do? This isn't a desert, it's a hellscape. You really shrug off these sandstorms, which may as well be barrages of needles. There's still the air, which is hot enough to boil water. That's not even mentioning the weird gravity. An oasis won't do us any good if it's floating too high up for us to reach.
But you can still float up there on the wind, no? Mesh told me how you are the incarnation of the god of the sky. Given all your knowledge of the desert and your ability to fly, I can think of no better god to entreat for help. Please.
Oh, I mean, yes, I am, but floating on winds this strong would be, it would be suicide. I don't recommend flying around here, or even jumping too high, no. In addition to the strong wind, everything above 400 meters is a vacuum with no gravity.
Oh.
It may look like a clear blue sky, but it's exactly the same as being in outer space.
Oh.
Exactly. Thank you, Kukulcan. And you, Mictlān's god of wind, would understand. The sky in this level of the underworld is no sky at all, and since outer space is beyond my jurisdiction, we'll just have to hoof it.
I don't suppose you brought a buggy with you, Da Vinci. Yeah, run it back, Da Vinci, run it back.
No, but I'm really wishing I had. I knew I should have been working on a Bastanian 4 in secret.
Hang on. We're not gonna be reaching an oasis anytime soon, right? We should turn back. Silence might be fine, but the Delivermat won't make it an hour in out here.
Yo, my Mystic Code has all of the air conditioning in it, actually. Oh.
Your Mystico's temperature regulation was just barely enough even in the jungle, right, Delivermat?
Oh.
So trying to cross this desert is gonna feel like trekking through a steam bath.
Oh.
Your canteen will be empty before noon. What are you gonna do if you collapse out here?
Oh.
Good point, Camazotz. I agree. We should go back to the jungle for now. Stock up on water, then... I don't see the jungle we came from anywhere. Is a sandstone just blocking our view? I hope that's all. There is to it. Hang on. Let me send Typhon out to take a look. Meanwhile, we should stay together so the sandstorm doesn't separate us. Hold hands. Grab onto each other's clothes. Whatever you do. Whatever you need to do.
Well, I have a feeling we're stuck here.
Typhon's back. What'd you find out, Da Vinci? Bad news. She couldn't find a way out of the desert. Somehow, even though we only just arrived from the jungle, we're out in the middle of the desert.
I was expecting something like this. Yes, all according to plan. Yeah, of course.
But making sure Senpai has enough water is a matter of life and death. If only we could at least mitigate this heat somehow. Yeah, I'm against continuing on like this too. Damn it, I let the cool environments in the first and second underworlds lull me into a false sense of security. I should be able to generate some water, but as hot as it is, that isn't going to save the Delivermat or Tepo from heat exhaustion. I didn't think it was going to be this bad either. Damn it, I knew I should have gone around the shops a little more.
Carriers, yeah. Oh, that's Bazet. Ooh, that's fun. I didn't know that.
If only we had a yellow cucumber from Chichen Itza, we would have been able to regulate the Delivermat body and Tepo's body temperatures.
Do we have that? Did we buy that when Daybit came? It's not their fault, Kukulcan. Almost nobody uses yellow cucumbers these days. Only a very old shopkeeper would even think to restock them. Are. Is this what you're talking about? Thank you. Don't mind if I do.
Tepo!
I'm sorry. Truth be told, my mind reached its boiling point some time ago. Tell me, Delivermat, where'd you get that? At a shop, and luckily, I have enough for both of us. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Ah, what vitality. What energy. It almost feels like ice moving through my veins. Normally, being out here would be suicide. But just now, I feel incredible. Go on, Delivermat. Try it. Yep, and just chow down on the pickle. Or cucumber.
You ate it as is. Are you sure it's safe for humans, Senpai?
It has like apples, oranges, grapes, and peaches all at once. What the fuck? What the?
So it's a cooling fruit, or a vegetable that excels at helping people beat the heat, similar to green cucumbers. It did look pretty good. It's a shame you only brought 2 of them. This is perfect. With yellow cucumbers that good, you won't need any more water for the rest of the day.
One day?
Thank goodness you managed to find such a well-stocked shop, Delivermat. And of course, great job making sure you were prepared for anything.
Well, actually...
Oh! Shiva just sent me an alert. Hostiles!
Well,
Please, be careful everyone. Heat signatures are burrowing through the ground towards us. Worry not, any demonic beast that lives in the desert is subject to my jurisdiction, this time for sure. I, Pero Nitocris, will take the lead here. The rest of you, fall back and save your strength for later, just in case. As for you, Delivermat, now that fruit adequately hydrated you, I'd like you to help by performing some simple heroic spirit summons.
on it. Are. I have a bad. Where the fuck are we? This one. Just death them. It's fine. Actually, is there ever a world in which you don't use this? Because you don't want to death them? It's less returns, but you don't want to death them. You want the returns. Yes. 20? Oh? Better than nothing. Death proc? If the death proc is after the damage, I'm down for it. Oh, okay, that's fine. The fuck? I have arts up. This is not more damage. She needs to crit. What the fuck am I looking at here? Four turns! Oh, didn't crit that one.
お望みとあらば仕方お望みとあらば気が合いますね。苦しみなさい不敬者不敬者ホルアクティ大逆には死を
What? That's such a scam. Okay, it's fine.
かわいいし気が合いますね。屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖をここ
Gold death.
アンフーネブタジュゼルすぐに再会できるでしょう。ただし冥界での話ですね。
What are you trying to kill me? Because if I'd been anyone else, you would have succeeded.
No, me kill you? Nah, the summoning ritual just kind of stopped. Trust.
You weren't able to summon anyone. Didn't you say you could summon any heroic spirit you want when you were in the underworld? Forget insolent. Failing to summon a tier is downright incompetent. I appreciate your faith in my abilities, but you wildly overestimated me. I'm afraid you're mistaken. I don't need to Nitocris. I was right here. I saw the whole thing. Senpai's summoning ritual did go off without a hitch, but then it seemed like something external nullified it before it could work. I'm guessing it has something to do with the rule that's unique to this level of the underworld.
You're telling me I can't summon my own servants in this underworld?
Oh, I didn't realize.
We need to get out of here ASAP.
A summoner who's lost the ability to summon is like a bird that's lost its wings.
Mash just watching Nito die. Yeah, why can't we use Mash? Hello?
As a caster, I can understand your frustrations. Forgive me, Delivermet. I shouldn't have yelled at you when I didn't have all the information. And as a fellow worker of spells, let me offer some advice.
As a fellow what? Worker of spells, okay.
Don't mistake your inexperience or weakness. No one is an expert at anything. When things are truly bad, bemoaning your situation only makes it worse. Next time, I want you to try taking a deep breath, moving a few steps in any direction, and directing your mind elsewhere, away from your concerns.
Okay, sure, G. Thanks for the random nuggets of wisdom.
Don't worry about it. Those desert insects were no match for me. They may have caught me by surprise at the start, but I got used to them. Now I can handle 10. No, 100 easily. Say, that's right. As a pharaoh, he used to command the Sphinx. You should still have that same authority, even here in Mictlān's underworld. That Sphinx was actually a gift from Pharaoh Ozymandias. I'll just keep that part to myself. All that aside, the fact that your summoning ritual was aborted like that is pretty concerning, Delivermet. I'm not too worried about us for the moment, since we have heavy hitters like Nitocris and Kukulcan around. But you're not being able to summon other heroic spirits worries me. What kind of rule could have? Have a shot?
Uh-oh. What is it, Habituat? Why are you gawking like that?
There, look there. Look, look, look.
Huh? The fuck? Are those legs? Of something? Giant legs?
Yeah, season 2. This has got to be the legs of some crazy huge creature. With toes that big, the whole thing must be something like 60 meters tall. It's the same size as Protea. Damn it, we need to hide, fast, but there is nowhere to hide. Everyone, gather around me and stay low to the ground. I'm going to open up my second garment.
What now? I think that's gonna be it though. I think that's gonna be it. This feels like a good place to end. Well, not really, because we ended on a cliffhanger, but it's a 9 p.m. for me, so I want to end it here. And you know what's even better? We're not getting back to this until we finish the event. I am slightly curious about what's gonna happen next, but I can't go longer. I can't go longer today. So the plan is new plan. The plan is tomorrow we start the event story on tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow is an early stream, so 3 p.m. CEST. We start the event, the arcade event, and then Thursday we continue that event. There's no stream on Wednesday. Thursday we continue the event, and then Saturday we hopefully finish the event. That's the plan. And then after we finish the event, we get back to LB7. Oh yeah, Artem Trial as well. Yeah, sure. Yep. We can do the Artem Trial at the beginning, before we start the event tomorrow as well. Because Zeno wants me to do it, apparently it works out nicely. So yeah. Yep, Lilium Harlot tomorrow. Yep, we're doing the story. I've been, if you didn't see at the beginning of the stream, I've been grinding it out just so that I don't have to do the missions during the stream and stuff. So I've been grinding it out a bit. I'm not fully caught up, but I have enough story grinded out so that we don't get stuck tomorrow. I think I have like 8 sections or something done, and we can just play it from my room. So yeah, that's the plan. Pretty good plan. The OST of what? Of this? I can't really hear it because I don't have my headphones on. I can kind of hear it. Yeah, it goes hard. It goes hard. Yeah. That's the plan. You know, I was kind of tempted on this one. I was kind of tempted, but I'm pretty sure Jack the Mullet is just not great. But I like Jack the Mullet, but and I wouldn't mind a quick Forerunner. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna pull for it. I'm not gonna pull for it. And also I wouldn't mind Gilcaster, because he is just a pretty nice unit to have, like a universal support, AoE arts, damage, meta or everything. I just don't think I'm gonna use her. Like, I really like Jack the Mullet and the idea of Jack the Mullet and stuff and her kit, but I just think she's kind of like not that great, unfortunately. Scat, Banner, Pink has some better more than Jack. I'm not down for any of those. Stanta also has a rank up quest available if you want the SQ. I'm gonna do that. Gotta level him though. Yeah, I need to progress to the missions to get the level up material. He's level 70 so far. 10 tickets. You guys are crazy. I've been working through these rank ups here. I think Satanta is like somewhere down there. Somewhere. God knows where. Because I have him, yeah, as I said, I think I have him at 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't own them yet. True. Technically, I don't own them yet. Technically, that is true. Also, I have a team for the 90++. I think it should be able to do it. I'm not sure. I might lack damage on the final one. But I think it should be able to do it. I think this with like this should be able to do wave 2 easily. Just nuke. Obviously, the Cs are gonna be the damage ones. With another Custoria, I think Shiki with double Custoria should be able to clear wave 1 and wave 3. And I think this should be able to clear wave 2. I think so. I think Shiki, especially because Shiki's gonna have attack up. She gets this attack 100% for herself in Lilim Harlot. So she should be easily able to clear like hit for like 1 million or whatever it is. Yeah. Or maybe I can even run an Oberon here. I don't know what's more damage. Probably Oberon's more damage actually. Maybe I'm just gonna do an Oberon and double and 1 Custodia. I think that's better. Pray for that proc. I did the calculation. I think it's 50%. I think it's 50%. Or 57% or something. For the death proc procs. So, and that would be, I think it would be 60 if I had her fully leveled up. This thingy here. This one. But yeah, Da Vinci has 30%. I think it's Da Vinci, right? That's the boss. She has 30% on native. If my calculations were correct, without any other sources, it should be like 57 or something along those lines. Binky, yep. Yep. That's the plan for it. Oh, on the quest is 0.2, then never mind. It's the same as the other thing that we were calculating all the way back when, right? Yeah. Okay, I see. Yep, then it's not gonna proc, but it doesn't need to proc. It should easily do 1 million damage, especially with event CE, event attack strength up, and also with an Oberon. Yeah. And also arts up here, arts up, like this needs to be used in the final one, which is fine. Yeah, it should be more than enough. Is she gonna do 500k for the first one actually? Without this and with 1 Oberon, without the other Custoria? She should, yeah, she should. Okay, that's the plan. Will she on Thursday? That's the plan, yeah. We are streaming Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday this week, and then Sunday as well, most likely. The weekend might be slightly changed out depending if something comes in between, but should be... Right now it's Saturday and Sunday that I have time to stream during this weekend, but... In and out kinda, that's fine. It's gonna be the event streams anyway. We're gonna chill and just play through the event, so blaze through it. So yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining up today in this one. The story was really fun. I'm really hyped up for more LV7, but unfortunately, we have to wait for a bit. We have to wait for about a week. So see you guys in tomorrow's stream when we do the Arthur trial and we start Lilim Harlot. So see you guys then. Bye.